interested whether I was confident or not confident. And in many cases, it was not even able to talk about those kind of things. I think in one of the previous podcasts that we had, we were talking about, feeling safe in environments. And I think confidence comes when you start to feel safe.
Hospitality leaders often struggle with confidence in their roles due to stakeholders' pressure for profit, high employee turnover, immense customer expectations, and of course, inadequate training. These are all hurdles that get in the way for more enjoyment in the hospitality career. In this latest episode, Nah-dja, Tien, and I discussed the roots of the problem and what can the industry do to overcome them.
Hi, I'm Mauricio Schulering and you're listening to the Schulering Hub, a podcast gathering hospitality professionals from around the world to talk about what hospitality is and what isn't, and their lives, the innovations, and the ideas that set some businesses apart and others not. We also talk about the future, the trends, and recently we embarked on a journey to search for happiness in hospitality. What makes hospitality a happy place? What are the hurdles that block happiness from happening? And what can we do to overcome them? I invite you to be part of this journey. We make this for you, so I hope you enjoy it. Hello, Schiller, and welcome back. Here's Mauricio Schiller, your host, and I have once again Nah-dja Tien sharing the microphone with me. Nah-dja, welcome back.
Nice to be here, Mauricio. Thanks for inviting me.
It's always a pleasure, Nah-dja. And today, in the quest for happiness in hospitality, we will talk about building up confidence of our teams, of our leaders. And this is something that probably we don't speak too much about because we try to consider that we are all confident enough to be leaders in our industry. But there are a few things that you need to have that level of confidence to be able to follow changes in the market or to guide your teams. Have you worked with someone that was extra confident or very low in confidence?
Both, absolutely both. I had some managers in my past. They were way too confident, and to a level that it was absolutely impossible to work with those kind of overconfident people. But also the other way around. I mean, most of the people that I used to work with, when you go up into a higher level, assistant general managers, or food and beverage managers, stuff like that, confidence comes with the years. I can tell you, Mauricio, when I was offered for the first time in my life a food and beverage manager, being a waiter most of my early career, this food and beverage manager position was like gods. They were the ones, and then somebody offered it to me, and I remember the weeks before I started on my first day, I was peeing my pants. I was not confident at all. And again, the general manager of that hotel was, letting me be. Of course, results had to be made, but I grew into that role and actually was able to make that a very profitable operation. And once you get to that level, then the confidence comes with it.
But did you receive any type of training to build up your confidence, or any type of a conversation that it was with leaders that to help you in assessing where is your confidence level to that task to perform better? Does it help?
I never had that question, Mauricio. Mentorship, this is a kind of question that you would get from a mentor. Yeah, but in the business that I was working in, those kind of questions were not there. Yeah, nobody was interested whether I was confident or not confident. And in many cases, it was not even able to talk about those kind of things. I think in one of the previous podcasts that we had, we were talking about, feeling safe in environments. And I think confidence comes when you start to feel safe. Yeah, because the moment that you do a misstep and it's okay, you can then discuss whatever happened that went wrong. Yeah, that builds your confidence big time. Yeah, because you know that, okay, I learned from it. I will not make the same mistake again. And the next time I will do it better. And I think this is a very helpful, environment to create in hotels. So
yeah, 100%. I totally agree that learning from mistakes and learning from experience build up confidence. We get probably a problem where you started when we get to the overconfident people, because overconfident people probably they are trying to hide something. That's why they are so confident. It's because they are trying to hide their weaknesses. They are trying to hide what they don't know. So they become the big person there. And that normally causes a few problems. And the biggest challenge that I see is with adapting to the industry changes, right? Customer behavioral change is faster and faster. Like, people are changing what they want in a faster pace as ever. And if you are not confident enough to understand that and be humbled enough to understand that you need to change your operations every now and then, you end up hurting the business, because if people change their behavior and all of a sudden you are not relevant anymore, your business hurts, right? How can leaders work that part of the confidence on understanding where I need to be confident enough to lead my team so they can actually believe in me, but be humble enough that I can see what I need to be changing and improving on myself?
I think you need to have a knowledge of the industry, first of all, first and foremost. If you are in your four walls inside your hotel and you're only worried about what is happening, in your operations as a general manager, then you don't know the changes until it hits you. And you can be absolutely sure that somebody else will do the changes. And then you're fishing behind the net already. Doing things differently. I had a boss once who said, "Why do you want to do things differently? Just because? Is that what you..." And I said, "No, I believe that there is a change." And the rise, I was dragged into the rise of very luxurious hostels. Hostels that actually can compete with 4-star hotels. And you will probably have a better service in that hostel than you got in some 4-star hotels. And that was a huge change. And that was exactly the same time that Airbnb suddenly came on the market. Suddenly hoteliers, they lost, room occupancy towards somebody that has an apartment and just rents it out. So you need to know what is going on. And the confidence of being able to make those changes is, I don't know where that confidence would be taught, because you need a mentor. You need somebody that comes from the outside and shows, hey, we need to change.
If you and me now would try to be confident enough to throw a recipe there, like, I would think that probably coming where that confidence comes from, right? One, you need to understand the industry. If you want to be confident in your decisions, you need to kind of understand what's going on with the industry, where the industry is going, where the industry came from. And understand that cyclical and things that once happened 40 years ago probably will happen again at some point with a little twitch. Then probably need to understand your business as well, right? Like the place you are working, your company, your associates, the people that you work with. Because if you're trying to do everything by yourself, I don't think that you ever be confident of your decisions, because you don't know who you are hurting at some point, right? What else could add to this list, Nah-dja?
No, I think you put the nail on the head. I think confidence is being built, if you look at it as a company, not as an individual person, is really about the interaction between the people. If you are able to speak your mind, and a long time ago, I don't know if it's a confidence builder or not, but I had tubes in my hotel where you put a ball whether you feel good that day or not. This is also related to the happiness at work ideas that I had. But what did that do? That people were confident enough to say, okay, I put my ball into the I'm not happy tube. And okay, we leave you alone. They feel safe, they feel confident. And if you put it all together, all those little things, and you have some knowledge about the industry, I think then, confidence, you need to be able to understand your abilities. And, in one of the mental health sessions, I had a period in my life where I was the most confident person on the planet. And then due to multiple things, trauma is always difficult. You suddenly lost complete confidence in my abilities. So to have It's actually interesting now because now we can put it all back together. Happiness at work, mentoring, having some creativity in the business. I think that if you are in the proper environment, people start to be feeling safe and understood, but also be able to tell their part of the story, or being listened to and being implemented, that your ideas are implemented. Yeah, that is definitely a confidence booster.
Booster and probably finding happiness in hospitality, right?
But I think, this is a people's business. So you have to do something with people. And if somebody who is not confident, and as a GM, you are able then, after a year, 2 years, whatever, after a period, that person goes away from you and finds a job somewhere else, which is a better paid job or a better position. Yeah, that is cool. That is stuff that I used to live for. So
amazing. So we are getting to the end here to try to make that building confidence is an important part of the job by creating a safe environment where people can actually be themselves. They can behave as they wish. And that way, probably the confidence will be built up and they can perform better in the job. Would that sum up?
I think that sums it up perfectly. You're all summing things up, Mauricio.
Awesome. Now, thank you very much for sharing with me, and I can't wait to have the next episode with you.
All right. Thanks.
Schulering, hang up. There is more to come. Bye.